talk about your corporate. You talked about being in corporate for 5 years, that you had 5 promotions in 5 years, which is fantastic. But you also had the opportunity to work with a lot of leaders and probably, I'm assuming, also be in a leadership position to a certain degree yourself, right?
That's right. Yeah. So I was actually in corporate for longer. I think that 5-year window was just where I saw the most rapid growth in terms of what I'm capable of as a professional, but also my role changed so frequently over the course of those initial 5 years that it served as a really solid foundation for what would be the next, I would say, 5 to 7 years in corporate before ultimately making the shift into entrepreneurship.
Okay. Well, I appreciated that you were already talking about having that responsibility for other people and thinking of other people, which, I know my audience is probably sick of hearing it, but empathy isn't about feeling. It's about connection and understanding. And I'm going to keep saying it until everybody gets it. Yeah. So the fact that you were already thinking about people and seeking to connect and understand their point of view in all this tells me that you did use your empathy as a leader. So I wondered if you could give a time, maybe when as a leader, you really did have to employ this and seek to connect and understand. And it might have been through feeling, it might have been cognitively, it might have just been as a human to human.
The first thing that comes to mind is when I was in the situation for the first time where I had an underperforming team member. And as a first-time manager, I didn't really know how to navigate that situation. And I defaulted to communicating and leading in the way that I want to be communicated to and led. Mm-hmm. And as someone who is really driven by results, I went hard on performance. We're not performing. You're not performing. How can I help you? We have a target to hit. We're going to fall short. And completely missed the mark. It just did not resonate with him. And for the life of me, I couldn't really figure out why. And it was only in doing a little bit of training, not only self-reflection, but actually also getting some guidance from people who understood leadership far better than I did at the time, that I recognized that is very much what motivates me, but that's not necessarily what motivates everyone. Yeah. And B, when you meet people where they're at with what moves the needle and their key motivators, you're able to spark something in them to empathize better, to communicate better, to connect better, ultimately work better together towards a desired outcome. So when I understood that he was actually very, very driven by people, I completely shifted my approach and said, hey, whatever's going on right now, like, we're letting the team down. There are people who are trusting us to execute on certain things, and they don't feel confident in our ability to deliver because, we've not been able to maintain or uphold our promises to them. Like, what's going on? And so when I completely shifted my approach to, hey, people are, I wouldn't say upset, but are concerned. Their trust is starting to erode in our team and our ability to deliver. And it's hurting the overall perception of what we're able to do, the impact that we're able to make in this company. Let's talk about what's going on. Completely changed the game. And this is a lesson that I have held on to throughout my entire career. And, really coming back to, not everyone likes to be communicated to the same way. Not everyone likes to be led the same way. Not everyone is motivated by the same things. And the sooner you're able to identify what motivates people, then you can communicate and lead in a way that's more effective. So I think that was probably one of the earlier lessons that I learned on effective communication, but also meeting people with empathy instead of pushing my agenda of performance and my own motivators.
Yes. And that's actually a fantastic example.